Good evening, my friends, and welcome to the next episode of URU, Complete Chronicles, Path of the Shell. This is going to be episode 4, 5, something like that. We're on Arnone, and we have just travelled to the future, question mark, or allegedly, perhaps travel to the future. Today, on viewer recommendation, I'm being powered by chamomile tea, which this time has honey and milk in it, which I'm not adverse to trying, although the milk has turned it a rather curious colour. We'll be trying that out in a little while. Like, I'm sure it'll be great, because you can't really unimprove tea by adding milk to it, first of all. And if you add honey to anything, you pretty much are guaranteed to make it better. So, hey-ho. Right! Let's go. It's Arnone. Now, this is where we left off last episode. The tree we smashed is still smashed. The tracker still be tracking. And I have a feeling that once again, smashing the bits and pieces is going to remove the blue from the tracker, which would imply that the crystal trees can observe the device? Recommendations are usually pretty alright. Usually. Yes, I would agree. Only One Tubing says you can come over to Twitch if you want. Either is absolutely fine. I mean, we're multicasting this at the moment, so whichever gives you the better viewing experience, I would say. Yes. Oh, and actually also, whilst I remember, we should also have in the Discord, and I'm sure our lovely Discord moderators will help referee, but if you guys want to do the side chat in the Discord where you can discuss... I'm hoping these things aren't like a real problem if I break them, but if you guys want to do the side chat in the Discord where you can chat privately about the hilarity of my progress or lack thereof, do feel free to drop over to the Discord. The command, as Spiper has put in there, is !Discord, and you guys can have a neat little side chat, because obviously, for obvious reasons, there's not really any way to chat on a stream without me seeing it. So yes. Someone said, I would like to recommend Earl Grey made with fresh hot dog water for next stream. Well, oh, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share this story or not, but like, you know, part of my family is German, and we do, you know, you don't waste the, well, they wouldn't call it hot dog water, they would call it, yes, well, the water that you boil the sausages in, you don't waste that. What is going on here? Okay. Oh, nice. That is a new cloth. Milking chamomile is not something you've tried before. To be honest, it's not something I've tried before either. Let's smash that open. At the moment, I'm kind of thinking we just smash everything up, right? And... now, do you notice how we don't have a door here? I kind of have a sneaky suspicion that somehow, right, because we don't have a door here, I have a sneaky suspicion the trick in play is that our good friend Kadish actually has a machine that redirects a link between two different, very similar looking ages. I theorize. This place reminds you of Age 37 after Gen edited it. Yeah, Age 37 is, I maintain, one of the most interesting parts of the Book of Aeterus from a lore point of view. Because when Gen edits Age 37, he changes the people who are physically in that age, but the people who are within that age, they're the same, but they're different. And it's part of the reason why I strongly suspect that the versions of Cirrus and Achenar that we meet in Myst 4 Revelations are not actually Aeterus's children. I think they might be like Age 37B style clones. That's obviously not canonical at all, and I'm sure and I'm sure people will hate me for spreading misinformation there. But yeah, the fact that you can, like, the fact that when you edit a descriptive book, you can totally break the link and it jumps to a different age entirely, perfectly reasonable. But the fact that, like, the people that were on that age are kind of still there. It's a little bit like the Rick and Morty thing, right? And no spoilers for the latest season, because I haven't got around to watching the latest season yet. But the reveal that, what was it? That the central finite curve was simply the list of all universes where Rick was the smartest person in the universe is kind of a bit of a neat trick, right? Because you kind of say, well, why is Rick so smart? Why can he do whatever he can do? It's like, well, it's because he's sort of written the rules of the universe to kind of be that way, which is kind of neat. Ooh. I don't want to say I dislike it, but well, never waste good tea, right? But let's say I wouldn't go as far as to recommend it. Well, it's one of those ones where you kind of got to go back for a few extra ones. You got to go back for a few extra goes, because like you got to let it linger. Maybe there's like a bit of an acquired taste to it. Now I'm kind of curious as to what's going to happen when we link out and link back in again, right? Because there's now no observers here. Do we end up back on the island? I have a feeling this is two different ages, and that there's some shenanigery going on with that device redirecting our link. That sure was a face journey there. Oh dear, maybe I clip that. So, lore question. Not sure if there's a canon answer. Oh, right, we're somewhere totally new, totally different then. We're in space. Although probably not literally in space. Well, laws of physics, right? Yeah, okay. Huh. Can you take a descriptive book through a linking book into itself? Traditionally, well, Spiper says, as far as I know, there's no rule saying you can't do that. And I've heard that Gen had age 233 descriptive books stored in that age in the remake. Yeah? Trying to think. Where did the Myst descriptive book go? Yeah, I'm not aware of any reason you couldn't do that. Ah, now this time the device appears to be broken. Yeah, hold your breath. No, we don't need to hold our breath because, you know, the laws of physics are able to be different between ages. Is the big ring an atmosphere globe? One might call it a firmament? The final episode, incidentally, of Firmament has just dropped onto the YouTubes this evening. Neat game. Like, it's kind of a hard one to sort of describe because, or it's a hard one to really kind of give a strong sort of view on because it is easily, we're never going to make that jump, it is easily the worst of the Cyan games, and it's hard not to say that. Like, it is clearly the worst of the Cyan games. Would I still recommend it? Yes. Like, does it deserve the hate it gets? No. It's probably overhated. Overall, I would say it's fine. Like, I mean, you know, it's better than fine. It's good. It's good. It's a good game. It's a good game, and the developers should be proud of the game that they made. It just has an absurdly high benchmark in comparison to all of the other games that Cyan have ever put out. Ooh, DJ Khaled, suffering from success. That is what suffering from success looks like, right? It's the... If you're going to be the Ferrari of puzzle video games, you have to deal with the fact that your fans expect you to win the championship every year, and despite the fact you've not won it since 2007, you are supposed to win it. You would say that the worst of the Cyan games is still quite a high bar. I mean, it is. It is. You know, I've played plenty of worse games than Firmament, but, spoiler alert, it's probably not going to be in my top 5 games of the year either. Part of my paranoia is thinking, is this corridor different every time we loop through this as well? Could the observation machine be making edits to itself by writing its own descriptive book? I know the real answer here in this age's case, but it's hypothetically possible. I genuinely, along with Spiper, really love that idea. I think that's brilliant. I think that's a brilliant idea. Can you make edits to a descriptive book when you're inside the age itself? Oh, it's pretty gross. It's a pretty gross thing to think about, to be honest. The laws of physics have to be different here for you to have that gravity, says James Moores. Yeah, totally agree, absolutely. Aha, and we're back. And we're back. Right, the crabs are still gone. The crabs are still gone. Has anything happened? Right. I am fully convinced this is 3 different ages. That somehow the link is being intercepted. Right? I don't for 1 second buy this notion of quantum mechanical whatevers, of observations. There's a whole bunch of neat concepts that the franchise has never explored. Well, I mean, we've talked about it in previous streams that, yeah, I think there is definite scope for non-puzzle games to be set in the Myst IP, right? I think the Myst IP is interesting enough that you could make non-puzzle games out of it. And I've said before on the stream that I think a Metroidvania would be really good. But I think there's a lot of other really neat ideas. I wanted to come and check whether this door had opened by us looping round that, but it has not. Okay. Fine. Is anything different here then? I mean, we gave this a pretty thorough exploration last time round, so I'm kind of more interested to explore the Crystal Tree realm and the space realm more thoroughly. Notably, like what happens when you jump off the space things. I'm just going to make the joke, because it's there. There has been a bunch of hole digger games that several YouTubers I watch play. They could do a Dene base one. Hole digger games. That's not a genre I'm familiar with. Like base building, is it? I guess in general. Certain expectation of the franchise has to always have the same genre of gameplay. Star Wars didn't, so it's free to do whatever. Yeah, I mean Star Wars. Well, even then, it took a long time for Star Wars to really break out of the science fantasy kind of tropes, to be honest. Like, Andor, I think, was one of the greatest and most refreshing things that Star Wars ever did. And we had to wait, like, years for it. And it's, like, the first time they've ever done something with, like, real people, like, living in the Star Wars universe. But yeah, but to come back to James Moore's question, the physics in each age can be fundamentally different, because that's been established as far back as at least the Book of Atreus, because Catherine writes an age where the world isn't a sphere, it's a donut. And there's a perpetual waterfall that falls through the middle of the donut and then becomes clouds on the underside and then oceans on the top. And the oceans, they go down the plug hole in the middle and become a big waterfall. And then on the underside of the world is like clouds and rainforest and stuff. And she writes this as an age, and it's like mad. And it's one of the, I think that's probably the point where Atreus kind of falls in love with her and stuff, because he's like, oh man, this girl be mad. But it apparently really annoys Atreus that Catherine has this kind of intuitive sense of the art that Atreus doesn't have. Atreus is much more of a book-learny wizard kind of guy. Atreus is more of a wizard. Catherine's more like a warlock. Right? And yeah, Catherine just kind of does whatever and it works, whereas Atreus's ages are all really meticulous and scientific, and they've got names like voltaic and stuff, whereas Catherine's ages are just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have some floating rocks in the background and a bunch of hippies living here. Because like, why not, right? So yeah. There's just like nothing in here, is it? I feel like we need to go to the location of that tower in the space area. And maybe there's some way that we can... So wait, if I go back to Relto... Oh, Juice Bus is now following. Thank you very much for the follow. If I relto out of here and relto back in, which version of this does it drop me into? Oh, only one twitching, just subscribe with Prime. Thank you very, very much for the Prime sub. That is very much appreciated. So this should take me back to space, would be the thing. Jay Strahan says, I think a Myst game that allows the player to write ages with procedural generation would be a cool thing. Maybe. Games like FF7 with a world map that lets you move off the east side and enter through the west and from north to south are donut planets. Yes, they absolutely are. Although, maybe, perhaps not strictly, because for them to be donut planets, you would need the outer ring of the donut to be longer than the inner ring. So I think what they actually are is a donut with a twist. I think it's actually kind of maybe closer to a figure of 8 from a topology point of view. TLN's here. Hello, you've missed some of the stream. Hiya to you. Let me think. Oh, a Denis TV show. That would be cool. You were just writing on the Cyan Discord, says Tom Dodd, that you think Rawa made a mistake in trying to explain how descriptive books and their relationship to the ages they link to in terms of quantum mechanical woo, leaving it entirely open would be better, I think. Yeah, maybe that was a misstep, because if you try and explain it too much, then it kind of loses its magic. We've just had another Prime subscription. That is D and Angel 37. Meant to do this earlier, but haven't been able to see a stream in a bit. The Prime sub is very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're not going to make that jump. Yes, if any of you are Prime members, Amazon Prime members, you can subscribe using your Prime account, and it's totally free to you. I call them Bezos bucks, right? I think each Prime sub is worth a couple of dollars, and yeah, and if you have an Amazon Prime account anyway, then once a month you can not gift a sub. That's something else, but you can. Oh, Tom Dodd just subscribed with Prime as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, once a month it refreshes. You get a free sub once a month, and I always appreciate it so much when you guys choose to use your once a month free sub to me. It's very nice. Thank you. That is. I don't think that's a jump we can do either. It allows people who deal with quantum mechanics for a living to poke holes in your explanation. Yeah, it does. It does. Oh, and only one twitching just gifted 5 subs. That's amazing. Wow. Thank you. 5 subs. That's brilliant. Oh, that's so generous. Thank you. So yeah. That's amazing. And we've got a hype train record shattered, apparently. That's brilliant.
Hello there.
Hello to you. In the case of Myst, it's a misunderstanding of the many worlds interpretation. Yeah, like, I mean, I don't mind the broad explanation that these worlds already exist. We are just creating links to be able to get to them. It feels like there should be a path. That's the tower, right? It feels like there should be a path out there, and maybe we just can't see it? Okay. This is where we start getting a little bit stuck again. Oh, we've still got a little bit of grass here, though. Not all is lost, guys. We found the plant. Give me the plant. I don't see... The problem is I don't really see much of anything to do, you know? Oh man, that's a pretty precarious climb back up, actually, isn't it? Wait, can we do... Is that going to be better if we're in third person? Come on, walk up the edge. Walk up the edge. There we go. Third person for the win. With the multiverse, they just twisted themselves into a bit of a knot trying to explain away the age modifications seen in Riven and the Book of Atris in terms of unobserved quantum possibilities. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like... I kind of treat it similarly to the Star Wars canon, right? In that you can demand of the creator an explanation for absolutely everything. And the creator or fans of the property will oblige you, right? And say... well, the Millennium Falcon lost its backup hyperdrive, and that's how they got to Cloud City, because they did more smaller jumps or whatever, right? Continually adding more and more layers of explanation doesn't necessarily make a more satisfying answer, right? And I think sometimes you just kind of have to go, well... That's the kind of limit of credulity on the original artistic vision that I'm going to give it, you know? And so I'm willing to accept, it's quantum mechanics, as a kind of hand-wavy but not too serious explanation of a lot of the stuff we see, right? As long as the rules are sort of somewhat internally consistent, right? So what did we get as a reward on this hype train? I'm genuinely interested. So, info, alright? Unlock one emote, gift one sub. Oh! So hang on, if I gift a sub, I unlock an emote as well? Go on. Let's go and gift a sub. Oh no, it's literally opening up a... Okay, I need to reopen my... Oh! I got a her mind emote. Choo choo! There we go. Okay. Right, back to the puzzle. The starry expanse is basically the ancient view of the heavens, which is the domain of the gods. Yeah, the sort of deep lore, the deep Myst lore, obviously has a lot of like, yeah, biblical kind of imagery to it. Yeah. PWJB, we've made our way to space, Anone. Yeah, but what can we do? What can we do with space? That's a question, right? What can we even do from here? Oh, and Tom Dodd just subscribed. Oh no, wait, sorry, that's the same notification as before. Oh dear. Right. I'll need to look into that. So my notifications when I move onto the this screen that shows my notebook, my subscription notifications play again for a second time. I'm not sure why that is. I want to check that these are the same. We've got the mushroom here, we've got the box here. So these are all the same as before. So that's all fine. Right, and then we go again. Right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to wander back round again. Go to whatever you would call it, Fog Planet. And I want to see if that corridor is again the same. Like, it must be a different age because you have got different different rags, right? Different journey cloths in each location. So, yeah. So maybe... nah, that doesn't make any sense. Kadish has outdone himself. Yeah, true. Occam's razor. Everything that can be explained will be explained, even if the explanation is bad. Yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to take in the details here, right? And I'm trying to compare the details with the details that we've seen elsewise. But so far, all of this is the same. Like, all of this is totally identical from what I can see. Oh wow, Blaze Inferni is asking the deep lore questions. Have they explained why touching a book moves your atoms to a different age? Is it the maker doing that? Whoa, that's... yeah, that is out there as far as questions go, right? This we can stand on. I'm not sure there's anything here in either direction. No. Now, yeah, this journey cloth takes us to Foggy Anone. Wait a minute. I already got rid of you before. That's weird. I already busted you up. Why would that one reset, but none of the others do? Yeah, none of the other ones have reset. Hey, we have pencils and stories in the chat. Wow, TDF, you've already progressed well into Anone. I'm not sure, you know. We've been at this for hours already. But your encouragement is noted and appreciated. Oh, I tell you what though, right? I need to start gathering ideas from you guys as to what we should do for when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at like 940 something on YouTube now. So it's pretty close. It's getting close to like, hey, like 50 more and it's 1,000 subs. So I feel like we should do something for that. But what? I'm not really sure what. Like, what's traditional? What do creators tend to do when they hit 1,000 for the first time? You honestly can't imagine how anyone would solve Arnone on their own. Some people have. Some people have been in my comment section to tell me that they did do it on their own. But that, well, you know, most people say, yeah, I got it on my own, but I got a bit lucky and, I don't know. Real fake door. I mean, it didn't do the animation when you broke it just then. Yeah, that's true. James Moore says, the traditional thing when you hit 1,000 subs is to do an apology video. Maybe I should do an apology video for, you know, the first kind of half dozen videos that I uploaded onto this channel. Because going back to them now, they are rough. They are rough. Yeah, so good news for everyone who was disappointed that they never saw the end of my The Witness playthrough, because I have found all of that lost footage on an old hard drive. So I have now my complete playthrough of The Witness. It's from like 4 years ago, and oh, it's rough. It's rough. Like, I'm vaping, I'm mumbling into the microphone. Like, it's it's funny. It's pretty funny. And it's kind of wild because I look back on it now and I'm like, oof, maybe ditch the vape when you're trying to talk into the mic. Maybe. This is back in the days when I vaped, of course. Nowadays I certainly don't. Yeah, not since the incident. Anyway, The Witness nostalgia stream. Oh dear. You recently rewatched an URU vid of mine from a month or so ago. Someone mentioned to look more closely at the fissure symbol on Akana, though I'm not sure it has anything to do with Arnone. Oh right, yeah, no, sure. Yeah, back when you vaped, moved onto a pipe since then. Yeah, no, I'm off the stuff entirely. Do the Looker stream. I've done the Looker. The Looker is on the YouTube channel. Go and check it out. I've done it. It's great. Like, we did it on stream. Great fun. Great fun. I absolutely loved it. It's been redeemed for me to say what I see in here. So, what do we see? What do we see? Now, 218, we've already retrieved 218. We could go and get these and see if there is any help from that explanation, but I don't think there is. I think these verses are supposed to help us with, like, the main room, probably. So what do we see in here? Well, we see the windows, and these have a mirror image down along this line. These ones are the same. How the heck have you missed the looker? Yeah, no, as well. It's good. It's good. It's I had a great time doing it. Although I understand that Jonathan Blow is not a huge fan of the parody. I don't know. I couldn't track down any primary source for that. That's only second-hand. That's only second-hand information about people discussing his reaction rather than being able to find any kind of primary source for his reaction. But the thing is, the looker is clearly made with so many deliberate, intentional references that it's clearly a work of great love and admiration for the original source material. So, yeah. Maybe we should try and find a copy of Pissed, because I've never played that. We could do that for 1K. Okay, so these. Right, let's just start saying what we see. So we've got a glass orb up here, which kind of looks like a light, but it's not really emitting any light. We've got the 3 stained glass windows, and those motifs are zigzagging along the room. The ones on the right-hand side of the room, as we're looking at them now, are the equivalent to those ones, and the ones on the left-hand side of the room are equivalent to that one. This one is always this way around, and whenever we come back here, this appears to always be the same room, regardless of which version of a nonne we've come from. Okay? We've got the cog motif on the ground, and it's kind of interesting that these are centered such that their cardinal points are up and to the right. But actually the cog motif, when we are in this room here, is off-center, like kind of deliberately. The points actually point to the kind of join between these two. I mean, this looks like it should probably rotate round, but that's probably just because it's a cog, to be honest. As far as the symbols go, like, we've seen all of these symbols before on Kadish Ages before, but the symbols themselves I don't think carry particular meaning. Except did they have some kind of numeric value back in the day? Do you know what? They might have done. Wait, hang on. We're going back to really old notes now. So, spoilers for the base game if you haven't played it, but, you know. But, like, it would be a bit of an ask for us to be expected to go back and understand these numbers, right? But I mean, these are numbers. Even if these were numbers, even if they were numbers though, what would this give us? Right? Because there's no combination lock here. There's nothing to interact with. Cyan aren't a-holes. You say that. Yeah. There was a hidden level in Ultra Kill called the Witless, which was just puzzles. Yeah, he couldn't have been surprised that a game like The Witness would invite parodies. It does take itself very seriously. True. Never forget the Riven door. Oh my god. No, really? Surely not. No. No, it's not something on the back of the door. Pretty sure. Why do the numbers haunt us so? Words. 396. Okay. Give me. Are these supposed to actually be numbers? Are we supposed to use the numbers from the base game for these? Or is that just like totally the wrong direction to be going? We got Everett Topanga in the chat. How is life amongst the quads? No, they are not supposed to be numbers. It's amazing how many people have door trauma because of Riven. Yeah. Maybe, for lack of other progress, we're going to go and we're going to find the quotations that we're being referenced. Okay, so we've got 218 is being asked for. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. The action of the gathered means nothing. This is like a treatise on stoicism or something, right? Or, well, yeah, no, maybe not quite. And then 372, which is from round the back of that thing. Man, I tell you what, if our Relto book didn't survive swimming, we would be in a bad way. One of my favourite Riven playthroughs is by two guys who, for hours, missed there's an actual second door in Gen's lab. It's not even a hidden door. From Pencils and Stories. That's pretty funny. Okay. We are going to 72. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Take time to understand the path of the shell. Hashtag deep. You are an excellent note taker, but I do remember you being stuck on a while on Amateria after accidentally writing 4 times 4 equals 8. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I had one on Rem 2 where I wrote 6 minus 1 equals 7. So that was good. The lights. What do the lights mean? Right. We got 3 purples. 3 purples. And in there it kind of looks like... Well, no. I think that is just supposed to be reflecting the green of the windows, right? 3 purples. And if we go through here, is it now going to drop us into space? So it's just kind of rotating us around. Yeah, it's just kind of rotating us about. Did you mention swimming before? It's my favourite thing. Make new math. Like Terrence Howard. I don't actually know who that is. Oh no, wait. Is new math... That's like the government mandated thing, right? That all schools started teaching it. Tom Lehrer had a song called New Math. Is that the reference? I'm kind of interested to be like, is this like an Indiana Jones kind of leap from the lion's head sort of situation? It is not. Oh man, okay. How close am I to needing a hint on this? How close am I to needing a hint? Yeah, it won't do you a bit of good to learn new math. It's so simple, only a child can do it. Right? Okay, now Dark Fae has also redeemed What Do You See? Like, not much, really. We've got the mechanism here, right? But the tracker's kind of broken. Now, no, that's no good. Oh, you redeemed it whilst I was in Relto. Whilst I was in Relto, looking at the books. Kadish ages are always a question of seeing the unseeable. You haven't heard me say anything to make you think that I'm even on the right track. That's not great. Oh dear. Well, yeah, what a vote of confidence. No, we're listening to the voice of realism here. Grandmaster Disaster, welcome back. It's been a while. Well, at least we now know we're not on the right track. The breakthrough is yet to come. It's harsh, but honest. I appreciate your honesty, Trank. I just have no idea what Dark Fae was intimating in here. Like, I mean, I've said before that I don't really get what this picture is of, because we've never really seen anything like that in any of the 3 versions of Anone. How did I get past that rock on Ekana? You get round the other side of it and then, like, kick it in. I apparently said something that was actually spot on, but I don't know that I did. I say many things that are both prescient and incredibly relevant, and not always related to the game we're currently playing. My best theory is still that it's a hidden path of some kind. But I don't get how you would, like, see it or anything. Like, it can't literally be an invisible path, surely. It could be considered a hidden path at this point, a hidden wormhole. A very hidden path. Like, the little tower, which is on the side of the main island, right? It's got a door in it in one of the versions of the age. Okay. We've got ourselves journey cloths to be able to get to particular ages easily. Right? Yeah, we've got the journey cloths to be able to get us to particular ages easily. So even though the Arnone book... I mean, incidentally, actually, like, is this Arnone or is this Arnone? Because, like, that's a little vague in and of itself. But, like, the Arnone book, this will currently take us to space. And it always takes us to space unless we link out of it. But if we take the journey cloth, that's going to take us to the... No, it's going to take us to space. Oh. Okay, I very much expected that, and I was 100% convinced that that was going to take us to the fog, right? Because that was the last one we touched. What? Hang on, I'm sure... Did we not try that already? I guess we must not have done. I was sure that that was going to take us to the cloth that we touched. Well, okay then. Well, this is then pretty straightforward, okay? Because what we're going to do, right, is we're going to go and turn it back into the age that has the building in it, and then we're going to link to it, right, using the cloth. Okay, like that makes sense. Oh dear, Kadish. Oh, Kadish. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Oh man. Okay. Ah. I could have sworn we already tried that. I could have sworn, like, not that exact example. I was sure we'd hit up the cloth and it had taken us to the Quab version of Anone when the main one was the Fog version, but I guess we mustn't have done. It's fine. It's fine. It's my mess up. It's my mess up. Okay. We, however, now have a path. We have a path forward. Yes, the cloths are Yeesha, of course. They're not actually part of Kadish's puzzle. Yeah, totally agree. Which means that this actually can't be part of how Kadish expected you to solve his puzzle, of course. But Kadish deserves having his ages messed with. Okay, so this should take us inside that little tower. Yes. Open. Oh, Nauseum raided my stream with 11 viewers. Welcome, raiders. Welcome. We are playing Myst, URU, Complete Chronicles, Path of the Shell. And we are currently playing Anone. Insert raid message here from Emissary Vex. Welcome. Pull up a chair. We are currently undertaking Anone, the age that most people... Oh, it's the age that people most commonly tell me is their favourite age in the entire Myst franchise. And we're learning why. It's a blind playthrough. We just unlocked this door. We've never been in this room before. How's URU treating me? With great difficulty. But no, it's good. It's good. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. What did that do? Who knows? It can go back and it can go forth. Thank you very much, Nauseum, for bringing your community over. Well, that certainly did something. The light is red and there's a big roaring sound. Oh, are we now going to be... No. I kind of half expected to be in space, which if you've just joined from the raid probably makes less sense than it would otherwise. Okay, are these ladders? Yes! For once, the thing that looks like the ladder is the ladder. Nauseum was playing Escape Sim, saw that I was playing URU. Had to. Oh, thank you. It's most appreciated, most appreciated. You think the puzzle is entirely Yeesha, as the verse numbers are not Denis numerals either. That's a really good point, actually. You could easily make those verse numbers Denis numerals. Kadish only claimed the solution could be found in words, not that he would help people find it. Do you know what? Really, really tiny point. We're wearing the key round our hand. That's the attention to detail you expect in these early 2000s games. You were playing an Escape Sims community map the other day on stream, laughed out loud. You swear this is relevant. The puzzle was just the Denis number system. No, what? Just straight up pilfered. Like, just not even credited. Just, I mean, I love a good base 5 numbering system as much as the next person, but you know, you gotta give it a little spice. You gotta give it a little bit of difference, a little bit of intrigue, right? Ah, this looks like it's something, doesn't it? If this door is open, can we go to Fog World and enter this? And we also, well, we don't know what that does, and we don't know what this does either. Oh, that's... Right, you pull that up and it's gradually coming down. So whatever it is that it's doing takes a certain amount of time and then stops. But it stops far quicker than you could feasibly climb the ladder to do anything with it. Okay. Let's open this door again. Now, Fog World doesn't have the door at all. Very unclear what that does. Let's climb up this one and see if there's anything to see out here. Otherwise, we might go to Fog World, see if there's anything in the tower there, and then come back. Once you got past the puzzle that was fully taken from an Age in Myst 3, I know it's a fan making a reference, but it felt hilariously lazy. Oh dear. Ah, there is another ladder with another window, but we can't get to it. Huh. You sometimes use Denis numerals when you write dates into your lab journal. Not like anyone else will ever read it. Oh dear. The difficulties of the lab book, huh? Yeah. The wheel very much has audio feedback depending on its state. You would say so? That sounds like the same audio to me. No, actually, it's not quite the same audio. Not quite the same audio. Yeah. Denis numerals are fun. When I was speedrunning Riven before COVID messed with my nerves, you had to be able to read Denis numbers like it was your first language to be competitive. Yes, of course. Because it's the code for the glass. The code for the glass is randomized every time, so you need to be able to just like see them, don't you? I've seen some of the Riven speedruns, and they are phenomenally quick. Phenomenally quick. Yeah. You do love an induction hob interior design theme. Yeah, indeed. Okay. My thinking is, we're going to leave that door open. We're going to go for a little swim. Hang on a minute. Why isn't the current taking us anywhere? What? Why isn't the current taking us? Is that because we wound that thing round? Everyone in the chat is super excited about this revelation. You think that's current you're swimming in? Everyone's super excited by this, but I don't know what we've done to turn the current off. Hang on, hang on. Was it this wheel here? Oh, look at that. Yeah, right. The water's really moving now. Oh, blimey. But, like, we can't go off and swim over there, right? Like, that's just part of the skybox, right? That's not actually a real place that we can swim to, is it? It kind of looks weirdly 2D. What? It's not even a skybox. It's like literally a painting. That is so weird. That's so weird. That looks so trippy. Oh, there's something behind it. There is something behind it. Ah, oh, Cadus, you dog. There's just a catwalk and a pipe. That's so cool. Oh, we keep falling in. No. No. Get out. Stop falling in. Oh no. I am actually a little bit stuck. Oh no, oh no, I am actually genuinely stuck. I'm stuck in this animation. Help! Okay. Yeah, I know they fixed a lot of these bugs, but... Oh, wait, hang on. Our feet are in the floor. Out of the floor with you! Come on. Huh. Huh. There we go. You can tell when you're kind of weirdly in the floor because like you run around with like no friction. Oh wow, so it's actually like a big dome with a huge crack in it. That's wild. I'm kind of interested to see what the other islands are, but I guess we'll get to that, right? What's in this tunnel? Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. Check this out. Hang on. Wait, we've got a barrier there that we can't get up. Ah, we can get up here. Up you get. Pencils and Stories says, it took me forever. Once again, I'm kind of sliding through the floor. Whoop! Up. Nice. Pencils and Stories says, it took you forever to figure out that you'd turn the current off. The walkway is an illusion. So this is number 1. Now it feels like a Half-Life level. Yeah. Well, this is like that part in Portal where you strip back the you strip back the white panels and you find that everything's just like a little bit grimy and unkept underneath. Okay, now this resets obviously our journey cloth position, but we'll sort of go from there. Is that a button we can press? It appears not. Is that a button we can press? No, of course not. The things that look like buttons are not buttons. Well, I mean, this is number 1. So I guess there might be others. It's a pretty foreboding sound, isn't it? Hang on. Before we go off swimming elsewhere, right? Before we go off swimming elsewhere, I just want to double check that we're not sort of... missing something here, because that it really looks like this should be something, but no, it doesn't become activatable. This has got a big hole in it on that side. Again, oh no, that was just an activate once button. Fine. Fine, fine. Thank you very much for dropping by, Nauseum. Thank you. Yes, do feel free to lurk. Raiding and running, always welcome, of course, because, you know, it's only kind of natural, right? Because, you know, like, usually... you end your stream at a time where it's kind of time for you to, like, go to bed, right? So, yeah, doing a raid and run is very, very normal. I think usually when I raid someone at the end of stream, I'll very rarely be able to stick around for longer than, like, a couple of minutes. I'm kind of glad there's not, like, sharks around here, or whatever. You couldn't actually get to the tower via swimming at all until you accidentally turned the current off, but your setup wasn't the easiest. So back round this one, well, we don't have a pipe round the back of this one. Okay. I mean, certainly what we can do is we can, like, we're gonna check out the other islands around here. It might be nothing. We might have lucked into the only pipe that's in this area just because it happens to have been the first island that we tried to swim to, right? So we might have just got incredibly lucky. And that's entirely possible. We have journey clothed an area outside the dome, though. That means that there's an area that we can journey cloth to in both Fog World and Space World, which will be outside those domes as well. Be careful of the crab-infested waters. That's true. Interestingly enough, we literally made a Truman Show reference right at the start of the stream. It's not even going to be in the recording because it was like in the little preamble that we do to welcome all of you guys who are here live before we actually start the recording. But yeah, like because of the different time zones, everyone was sort of wishing each other good morning, good evening, good night. So yeah, that's kind of funny and a bit weirdly coincidental. I'm starting to become convinced that we are not going to find anything else around the perimeter of this building. So let's go back here. Yeah, the crabs didn't fall to minus infinity. They're just hanging around at the bottom of the sphere. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Have we got the crabs back? It looked like a bunch of those trackers were blue. Who's to say it's a sphere? Could also be a cube. Okay. Do you know what though? It's really, really funny, like genuinely hilarious to be like, well, these things in the distance, they have to just be part of the skybox, right? So what we'll do is we'll actually like literally make them part of that. It's a good joke. Okay. So we're going to turn this now into Fog World. We are getting some good laps in the pool. Absolutely. Dark Fae has got to go get ready for work. Glad to have been here for the Truman Show reveal. Have a great day at work, Dark Fae. Happy Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. Oh, did you see those trees flash up momentarily there? So now, right, if we now go back to Relto, now we've not been in that tower in Fog World yet, which we'll file that away for later. Yeah, because I strongly suspect Fog World Tower is going to be a necessity. So we'll see. Man, yeah, okay. Ooh, we have got a verse. A verse to read. Yeah, Fog World has seen better days, even in the back rooms. This is 4. This is 4. Man. So, what's even going on out there? Yeah, an accident of unknown type. Lol. Do you reckon we could jump over that onto the floor? Probably not. But you never know. Teledon, jump! No. No. So we might just have to link out of here. Wait a minute! That door wasn't open before! That's a statue of the man himself, presumably. The man, the myth, the legend, Kadish. Okay. genuinely not sure what this is supposed to be or why that would open into that. Huh. Tom Dodd redeemed. What do we see? Well, I mean, it's a giant statue on a cog. Presumably we can rotate it round. Maybe. But to what purpose would be vague? This presumably is also still a use once button. Now, is the giant statue out in the middle of Fog World? It's kind of unclear, maybe. What do you see? What? Teledarn jump. Yeah, quite right. Hashtag Myst lottery winner. Huh? What do I see? I see gears. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, they're not engaged with anything, I guess. I don't know. I mean, part of me is thinking that we need to go to Space World and probably do the same thing. I don't know. The fact that the fact that Everett says that I'm the Myst lottery winner makes me think that we've done something accidentally which is incredibly rare. But I don't know. I mean, there's nothing here to interact with. So I'm kind of thinking, let's take a picture of it in case we need it later. And let's move on to Space World. You know? So what we'll do is we will Relto back. And then we go back to here, loop it round, go to space. Huh. Well, that's a bit odd, because that wasn't really where I was expecting that to take us, to be honest. Oh, how do we keep accidentally solving this? Like, oh dear. This happened with the end of 2 Denis as well. We just happened to like totally luck into the totally luck into seeing the special portal like right at the end. Starting up the Denis neurotoxin emitters. To be fair, this is directly linked to the accidental solve earlier. Oh, blimey. I'm not sure I remember which... I'm not sure I remember which accidental solve that was, to be honest. Okay, so we had a path back there. That's just gonna... That linking book, I think we should not touch. Because that's just gonna loop us back round to another different one. Oh dear. Kadish. He's got a strong opinion of himself. Doesn't he? For sure. But like, I don't know. The art is kind of... Would you say the art is a little bit similar to having Gary's mod installed? Like, you know, can he write himself an age where there happens to exist a giant statue of himself, and he doesn't need to have worried about how to have created it himself? It just exists for the purposes of being there. Right, so we've got ladders. Wait, we can't climb these ladders here. Oh man, what? Why didn't they make Kadish the antagonist of this game? I guess they could have done, but like, was Kadish really an antagonist, or was he just a guy with a really, you know, a guy with a really weird obsession with hoarding wealth? So none of these are ladders and we can't climb them. Huh. It's odd though, isn't it? Odd that it's there. Because it makes me feel like... It makes me feel like maybe these aren't 4 different ages and the link is being intercepted. Maybe it's literally just a giant mechanical thing physically moving a sphere into the right place, so that when you link back, the place that you link to now looks different because it's inside one of the other spheres. If you had a big like in a revolver, right? And you spin the chamber on the revolver, and then you're in the next kind of sphere, perhaps. Someday they're going to erect a statue to me in this town. Well, don't start posing for it now. That is not a reference I get. Only one Twitch has once again redeemed What Do You See? What pose is he even making? He's holding up the world. Is that not it? He's like Atlas, but he's not even straining. It's from Wizard of Oz. Okay. Do you know what? Oh, I've not seen that in a long old time. A long, long time. We're not going to be able to jump down there. But hang on. So if I Relto out of here and journey cloth back in, where am I going to end up? So this is number 2. Wait. Now I'm in Fog World. In the US, it's a crime not to have seen it at least twice by the age of 10. I mean, I am familiar with it. It's one of my daughter's favourite books, is to read an adaptation of it. That's interesting. Why would I need a different journey cloth to bring me here? Huh. It's kind of interesting because, yeah, in the original, the ruby slippers were an invention for the movie because of the Technicolor, right? They wanted red slippers. In the original, they are silver slippers. Now that door did not open. So strange. So strange. I'm feeling like we lucked into a great solution to get to that statue somehow, but because we don't understand what we did to get there, we're probably now not going to be able to get back. And indeed, we're not back there. Now, the journey cloth that we just touched was in this realm. So let's loop round to space. Right, so we've been to... Right. So the back rooms... That was 2 that we were just in, which was Fog World. 4, which was the second one we went to, that must be where the statue is. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely more to this puzzle still. It would be funny if I spend the next 10 episodes trying to recreate this. Oh dear. I mean, it's not at all clear what we did that got us to realm number 4, right? But I feel like going and touching the journey cloth to get to outside the dome in realm number 3 is going to help. We should also try and get into that tower still as well. The tower in Fog World, right? But thankfully I have the whole thing on recording. Wait, what? No, we've ended up back at 1. We've ended up back at 1. That's odd. Wait. Are we 1 world out of step then? Interesting. So we're 1 world out of sync currently, meaning we need to return this to Fog World to get that journey cloth to take us to Space World. Well, that's certainly something to think about for another time. PWJB says, nah, 5 episodes at most. Wow. Okay. Well, my friends, that's going to be all we have time for in today's stream. I have had great fun fiddling around on Arnone. We got a little bit stuck with the journey cloth interaction initially, but it feels like we're making good progress. We're kind of discovering more. We're kind of understanding more. If you are watching on YouTube in the future, thank you very much for watching this episode of URU, Path of the Shell. If you have a suggestion for what we should do for when we hit 1,000 subscribers, do leave it in the comments below. I will see you next week for another episode. Bye, YouTube. Cheerio. Okay, so that is going to wrap up the recording. It is now time to say goodbye to everyone.